Hey guys, David from Dash Off-Road, and we have another Y62 in my garage this time. We are going to install a tow bar, just a Nissan tow bar, but it's because we're going to fix this bubble butt of the Y62 and put on a Predator rear bar. I haven't done this before, so let's see how it goes. Let's get into it. So I reckon the place to start, of course we've got to get this bumper off to do the tow bar. I'm told we remove the lights first. Then there's some other bolts underneath. We'll probably have to take the mud flaps off, pull all that off, and then we'll get into the tow bar part. Alright, so lights are out, that was easy. There's a couple of pins on the side of the lights. So the light comes out this way, not that way, just so you know, otherwise you'll break the clips off. A couple of little bolts on the inner guards that you pull off, but it's pretty self-explanatory. Now we just pull the bumper off, disconnect the wiring loom for the sensors, and we're on our way. Alright. There's a few annoying little metal bits underneath that have to come off. This bit, for example, has to come off, and all these little brackets holding the old plastic bumper. Just take all them off. So we've got everything off now, and we're just about to fit up the tow bar, which seems pretty easy actually. It's amazing how much metal we had to remove from just the factory, the way the factory bumper bolts on. I'm going to weigh it after, so I'll let you know what it all weighs. But it seems like a pretty easy process, and I can tell you it wasn't hard to find a Nissan tow bar. Everyone that goes and buys the Kaymar or Rasslar bars tend to already have a Nissan tow bar fitted, so they get, chucked in a back shed. Just, look it up on any of the forums like the Y62 Patrol modified action one. People advertise things on there all the time, and tow bars, so easy to get your hands on one for a couple $100. Right, that was pretty easy. So basically we just lifted up the Nissan tow bar. There's a few bolts, we just sort of held one in here, a couple underneath just to get it sitting so we can check it all out. At the same time we put the Predator bracket on, and that's what the centre fascia is going to bolt onto afterwards. Next we'll get all the bolts in for the tow bar, put the wings on, and then we're ready to put up the fascia. It's actually gone pretty easy so far. So these are the lights that come with the Predator rear bar, LED. They come separate, so you just click them into this bracket and bolt them in the back here. And then they fit into the bar just down here. So you can see the light, which I'm just about to set up here, like so. There's a little shroud that goes around it. This is the shroud that then goes and it screws through and on the back of, and you use the little screws, the black ones that come in the packet. So we're just bolting the little grill up now. You'll see the bolts that are going in. There's two different lengths. The longer ones go on the outside of the light, and then the shorter ones go all the other peripheral. So we're making progress. We've got the side brackets on. Now it's time to bolt all the fascia together. So you do that first. You don't bolt it on one piece at a time like the Predator front bar. And then we can start bolting it up. Okay, sensors are in. Everything's on. It's all looking good. There's some bolts, one here and at the top. And then around the side here there's another couple. Once we've got all this ready, we're ready to start cutting the rear bumper. That's the exciting part. Now to get these lights to work, these ones down here, they've got some wiring that comes out of the back of them. We've gone through and then chased that inside the car, so it's going to come up, and we've soldered them into the OEM lights. And with the sensors, so if you leave the sensor loom as is, it ends up putting the sensor about here. Of course that's not going to work, but you can just unwind the loom and extend it out and move it over here, like that. Alright, these are all the parts that you don't need, so I've taken all them off. I'm interested to weigh them actually, because it seems like there's a lot of bits to take off. But the next section now is to cut the bumper, so I'll show you what we've done. We've masked it all up, which Mark is doing here, and we're working out where to cut it. I'll go take you to my car, which isn't a dash bumper yet, but it will show you. See this line here? There's a very distinct line, and you can use that as a reference. Now, this line carries all the way around the car, and basically you need to measure from a reference point down, and it's different from car to car that we've learned, because when you're bolting the bar up, you can slide these up or down. So I was going to make a template, but the thing is, if the next person fitted them 5mm lower, the gap's going to be different at the top. So I'm afraid you just have to go and measure it. So what we've done is we've gone around the car and measured reference points, so you can see where this comes down to the bottom of the bar, and then we've gone and marked it onto the bumper as well. And we've gone through and measured all these reference points all the way around, so it's like dot to dot. And we've put a line on the bar now in pen, so we just need to cut along this line, and we're home and hosed. Alright, ready when you are. Is it upside down?
Yeah, it's good. That's the way I put it
It doesn't fit, it's upside down.
Right. We cut the wrong part of the bumper off.
Moment of truth. Oh, we're not allowed to swear on camera, but that is fig jam. That's perfect.
Just put it on.
Good job.
The only thing that's got to come off is the tape.
So, except for the pinch weld put on, because I've got to buy some from Clark Rubber, this is the finished product. It is looking sweet. So you do have to trim the inner guard just in here to get it to fit in nicely. But that is a Predator rear bar. Alright, there it is. Predator rear bar install. Hope you liked it. Check it out, www.offroad.com.au, and see you next time on YouTube. Yeah.